Hello everyone, this is another video from Easy Electric series, and today we are going to learn about two other advanced parameter. A94 start at power up and A95 reverse disable. So if you take a look to the datasheet, as you see, the A94 is start at power up, 0 means disable, that features 1 is enabled. Let's see what it means. It means if your setting is two wire, so that means you make sure your P36 is on two wires. Technically, this feature works whenever you are on the two wire. So I put P36 on two, which means two wires. So I have actually two toggle switch in two wire. One actually start the motor, the other one technically reverse and forward. That technically three switch, one for stop, one toggle switch for start, and the other toggle switch for reverse and forward. Now, whenever A94 is 0, suppose I have two wire, I turn on the toggle switch, still toggle switch is on position, and suddenly power is off. So for sure the motor will be stopped, and again if power up and power come back, still motor is not working. You have to somehow turn the start switch off and turn that on again, then actually motor start to work. So now if you put on one, so get to see what's the difference. If you put on one, again, if you turn on the start switch is on. So if power is off, for sure the motor will be off. But if this is enabled, whenever your power is up and power back, so you don't need to reset or turn off and on the start switch. If it's that already on the on, after power back, it's actually start to work, and you don't need to somehow reset the start switch that you have. We will see its demo. So let's check the reverse disable A95. So as I mentioned, if you put P3060 on 2, you actually have a toggle switch that whenever you turn on, that's a forward. You actually turn off is a backward. So if that is A90Y 0, it's actually work that toggle switch reverse forward work based on what it's supposed to work. So whenever is off, probably forward. Whenever turn on, backward. But if you somehow reverse disable, so then that toggle switch do nothing. You just able to forward it, and whenever you turn that, technically it's do nothing, and you couldn't technically turn the motor reverse. This is actually for the cases that moving actually the backward maybe actually make some mechanical damage. So that's what somehow you disable to make sure even operator do that's in the wrong way, is make sure it's not actually turn on a reverse. Let you go to our training set and have and see our demo. Okay, let's do check parameter A94 and 95. So as I mentioned, first make sure we are on the power two wire setting. So let's do comes here and check the parameter P36. So this is P. So let's see, go to 36. So as you see, I'm actually on 2, which is 2 wire. So now the next is check A94, and let's see for now the both is disabled. So 95 is 0, it's disabled. 94 is 0, disabled. Okay, so now the both 94 and 94 and 5 is disabled. So this is typical two wire, right? With this one, I'm able to actually run the motor forward, and with this one I'm actually moving that backward, right? Reverse and also the forward for other one. Now let's come here, go to A to start with 94, and now I'm putting that one. Oh no, before that, sorry. So let's do it is 0. So that means or 94 is and 95 is 0. So I'm actually run the motor forward and motor working. So it's still this toggle start is on the on. So see what's happened. I actually turn off the power. So if everything goes down is off, I actually turn this on. So the power back to the VFD, but the motor still is not working. So for make sure the motor works, you should actually reset this. This should be back to here. Then actually turn that to on, then start is still working, okay? So now let's change A94 and see what's happened whenever we somehow enable that. So let's go to A94. Okay, A94. Now I change that to the 1 and see what's happened now. So turn on the motor. So it is actually on. So now power is gone. So the VFD is off, but the toggle still is on the same position. So now I turn that on again. See, the motor continue to work whenever you got the power. And the thing is, you don't need to somehow reset the start switch because A94 now is enabled, okay? So let's take a look to A95, which is reverse should be, let's see, enable. Okay, this is 95. So before that, I already show you the backward switch working, right? This is a forward and the backward actually working. So now I'm going to somehow disable that. So see, I'm easily could move that reverse. Even if you see here is a reverse, this toggle switch is for reverse. This is for actually the forward, okay? So now my backward or reverse works. So let's go and disable that. So we are coming here. So A95. So now I'm actually disable that. So let's see what's happened. So now my forward working as usual. So now my backward should be work, which as we expect. So see, we technically disable that and it's not working. So this shows how A94 and A95 works. I hope you like this video.